And this one, the next match we're going to talk about, was a big-time wrestling match with all the bells and whistles, the storyline. We've got the newcomer from an outside world of MMA, UFC superstar, one of the baddest women on the planet, Ronda Rousey, making her in-ring debut. And her partner is Kurt Angle. And obviously they're taking on Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. And this was such an entertaining match, and I was really wondering how Ronda would handle the moment. Some people have questioned some of her, interview skills, and, she's not used to being on an RF mic in front of 20,000 people in these arenas. Mostly it's, trash talk and sound bites and stuff like that in a shoot aspect. So now following storyline stuff, I was wondering, would the moment be too great for her? And this match was so damn entertaining. We were down there at the bar, and when I'm seeing really good stuff and I'm really enjoying myself and I'm just intrigued by the storyline, all the way they're moving the chess pieces on the board, I was laughing my ass off just because, when she got Triple H into the corner, just started wailing on him. And, Triple H takes one of the best ass whippings in a corner, and all the teases, all the shenanigans. I love the one spot where Ronda was laid, face down in the mat, and there's Triple H out on the floor, and he's kind of thinking about it, and you never see it happen, and he just, pulls her from the ring, and she just goes splat, pancakes down on the rubber mat down there. There were so many things that happened. The chase around the ring where, Steph clearly baited her, and there they go back into the ring. There were so many twists and turns and, submission type moves, and right when you thought, okay, here's the finish, they extended it. That wasn't the finish, and the crowd bought into this. It started off just a tad slow. People were wondering, I think, just like I did, but boom, they set the hook and missed her damn near from the bell. It was on, and just that crowd, everybody there was into that match, and there at the hotel, like I said, had the TV playing. We weren't playing it for everybody. There's probably 30, 40 people there in the bar. Everybody, once Ronda and these guys came in there and started telling their story, that whole bar was cheering for the ups and downs of that match, and they weren't even wrestling fans. So it was just amazing to me, and I absolutely loved it.
Yeah, and we got to rewind because shout out to everyone over at WWE Studios for putting together that phenomenal package for Ronda and Kurt versus Stephanie and Hunter. Phenomenal package. They do such a great job of telling the story. If you just dip in for WrestleMania and don't watch anything else, you are up to speed and you got everything that was going on. If you're a fan and you watch it all the time, it still was a really entertaining package that told a great story going into the match that gets you salivating for the special attraction. So that's the art of showcasing these big time matches, is setting the table, and WWE does a great job with their video packages they put together. Phenomenal. I thought this one was a really interesting match. Kurt Angle, Ronda Rousey, good team up, two Olympians. And Ronda Rousey, you watched her athletically. She really does have the Olympic pedigree in her. You can see it. Just her athleticism, her timing, how quickly she took to wrestling, similarly to Kurt Angle. You saw that rolling clothesline she did, a la Conan. It was tremendous. A really good clothesline sequence she did there. And she had poise. She didn't seem like the moment, like you said, eclipsed her. It was a big moment. Now, I will say, her coming out smiling for a big fight felt weird. I know that's just the WWE way. You got to smile, but I missed the mean face Ronda, but I guess, it's a different time, different presentation, so you got to go with the way the product takes you. I also wish they had Judo Gene LaBelle with his stopwatch going down there, but I guess it would be that's a little bit of a stretch, but I love Judo Gene LaBelle. He was phenomenal as one of her cornermen back in the UFC days. But this was a great match. It really was. I thought she was going to tap Hunter. I really thought they were going to do that.
I did too.
I was like, oh, here they go. They're going to do it. And I'm thinking instantly, that's a huge ESPN Sports Center moment if you do that. That doesn't get any bigger than seeing her tap out a dude. And they did a few what I would consider great near falls on that one, and really had me convinced that was the finish, and it wasn't. And the finish really was good.
And there was that one moment, and I forget what the lineup was, but two people were down, or was everybody in the submission hold? But then Kurt makes a save. But anyway, basically there's almost a tackle between Kurt and Ronda, and all of a sudden then there's a double down or almost a quadruple down. I'm like, okay, now where are they going from here? And that was really effective. And I was like, holy smokes, what are they going to end up doing? Going back to what you said, when she came out smiling, she looked like $1 million. I love the plaid skirt. And then she came out, she had her gear on. Yep. And then it was time. I think, she got her game face on at that point, but I know where that came from. I'll guarantee you, that was straight out of the old man. Yep. Go out there and smile because, we know she's a badass. She got that mean mug face when it's time to throw down and do business. And there was plenty of opportunities, and that did happen during the course of the match. But yeah, it felt a little weird to me too. But I think that he wanted her to smile just to be accessible, and maybe to calm the nerves, or maybe she's more free when she's focused, and is that laser focus that she has. But I didn't expect her to smile. But I mean, it was her first big performance in front of 78,000 people. So some people were like knocking her for it. Hey, I could go either way on it. I just know that once the bell rang, I was watching her body language, trying to hang on to that tag rope, because when you're watching, all of a sudden, everything that, maybe they practice, well, for sure they did, doing it in a gym or somewhere, in a WWE facility or there where they have the rings there at the hotel. And all of a sudden, you're out there in front of 78,000 people, and you're holding on that tag rope, and all of a sudden, okay, I'm supposed to do this, but I thought maybe I'm supposed to do this first, and you can get lost in the moment very easy. She did not. Obviously, they put a lot of time into this. She's obviously a very talented person. And you had 3 hands in there with Kurt, Steph, and Triple H being able to help out along with the referee. So all the pieces were set in place for this to be, and this thing was built to make all of them shine, but specifically Ronda, and help get her over. And yeah, this one, I thought they knocked a grand slam. The bases were loaded, and they knocked it out of the park. And so we'll see what happens, in the future when she starts moving into single endeavors, tag team endeavors. This was great, and they pulled it off. So she still has work to do, but as far as her performance goes, I give her an A+, and I give the match an A+, because that's how entertained I was by it.